Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Being Human Now show. I'm your host, Jennifer Locksmith, and today we have Randy Bauer back with us. He's going to give us an update about his homestead in Minnesota, known for its high paranormal activity, which in this homestead has been referred to as the Skinwalker Ranch of the North by Doug Hajicek. Randy Bauer, welcome back. It's so good to have you. Thank you for coming back to talk to us.
Oh, thanks a lot for having me anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime I'll come back anytime. Tell you what,
Yes.
new to here.
Well, it's all very exciting, and I think a lot of people are very interested. But before we kick things off, last time we didn't really talk. We talked about your personal life at home with what's happening, and we're going to talk more about that. But one thing
Sure.
we didn't talk about is you have obviously a very exciting life at home with everything happening, but you also have a very exciting professional life and a very exciting, I guess, hobby life. You're a musician.
Yep.
Would you mind talking a little bit about that? Because I think people would be interested to hear about that. That's pretty cool in itself.
Let me see here. I started playing accordion when I was 8, and up
Oh
till
my,
16, I
oh,
wanted to be the next polka king. Then at 16, I switched. What can I tell you? I went on the road when I graduated from high school in a 50s band like Sean and and since I've never had a day job, it's always been music. So I've been on the
awesome.
road for 50 years, and I'm still going strong. See, my great uncle is 90 years old and still played in a polka band, so hopefully I'm going the same way.
I'm sure you
I
are.
played with lots of national acts, and I'm talking about like the Coasters, the Shirelles, the Temptations, lots of them. Because I play on piano and I play sax, and I can play that boogie woogie honky tonk piano. So I can be a main keyboard player in a band or a main sax player in a band, but I would want to do both. And I have a sound company where I provide production, the speaker, the PA, and the lights and all that for national acts, big acts, little acts, whatever I get booked. Last week I did Zach Wild. Zach Wild was a guitar player for Ozzy Osbourne, and now he's with Pantera, and his band is Black Label Society. So I do national acts like that, or I do littler bands, whatever gets booked. To tell you the truth, I'd rather play in a band than do sound jobs. The hardest thing for me is knowing that a player and doing sound jobs and being sitting on the side and can't get in play.
I
But
bet. I bet.
yeah, the production jobs pay way better than the band life. But I still have my band. It's called Smokehouse. God, I've
Awesome.
had it for 25 years or so. And we play like boogie woogie Western swing and like 70s funk kind of music.
Well, that sounds awesome. Awesome. Do you ever get on stage when you're working and it's just like things go crazy and you guys are just having a good time, or are you just strictly behind the scenes?
Oh no, I think we have good time. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yep.
awesome. That sounds like a great time.
I did put
Awesome.
a no drinking rule in my band when we were playing 6 nights a week all the time. You can't be drinking every night.
Oh, God,
I
no.
mean, yeah, you can't be, you get a big old red nose. So I put a no drinking rule. And my motto was we want to make the party, not be the party on stage.
Yeah.
And everybody respected it. That's why I'm 66 and still doing it. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. We can't all be like Keith Richards, but I feel like he might not go as crazy as he pretends he does. There's no
Yeah.
way.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, that's
And I'm used to
that's
being in show bands where we did the costume changes and all that. But band I'm in now, we have fun on stage, but we don't do no costume changes or. But when I was on the road, it was like, in the 70s, like you could play one Holiday Inn for 2 weeks, go to the next Holiday Inn, then the next
Mhm.
Holiday Inn, top 40 bands.
That's
So
awesome.
that's
That's
where that's at.
exciting.
Oh, I don't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Um, Barely. Something happened here.
Uh-oh.
My volume's wide open. I don't hear you.
Hang on, let me get closer. Can you hear me now?
Something just went silent.
Oh no.
That is weird, like last time. And my phone is
Oh,
wide open. Let's see here. What's going on here?
you can't hear me?
I can hear you, but it's really quiet. It's like my speaker
Oh my
is not
gosh. Well,
working.
it's
How do I do
also
that?
Mercury retrograde right now.
How do I get my
That's
I just
weird. And you
lost you
didn't,
now. What the heck? Oh, there you
did
are.
you?
Okay. It's like my speaker's not working. Like I have to hold my phone up to my ear to hear you.
Oh, okay. Now you just disappeared. Oh, okay.
Yeah, my speaker went. Why would it do that? Real fun.
Okay, so you can't hear me now?
And now I hear you now. Good. Yeah, my speaker went blank.
Okay.
And I got some things to tell you about in the house here last happened in the last 2 days. But
Oh my goodness. Okay,
yeah.
yeah, well let's okay, you got your spigot. Okay, well let's get into it. I mean, so tell us what's been going on since we had you on last. You've been having some stuff happening. Um, I guess wherever you'd like to start, whether you want to start with the most recent or you want to
Yeah,
start.
I'll start with what happened in the last 2 days here.
Okay.
Okay. I don't go do my gifting during deer hunting. I don't go out in the woods and bother with all that kind of stuff, you know. I just don't do it.
Hmm.
So 2 days ago, I'm charging up my phone with a nice, really nice braided um, iPhone charger cord and all that. And I bought these hand warmers. I never had them before. And you charge them up. They're rechargeable hand warmers. They were great. When I got done that, I get up at 2 in the morning. I walk to my stand at 4 in the morning. I'm in my deer stand at 5 in the morning. It's at dark till dark. With the ones I make out in the woods there's no heat in them or nothing. I do it the old school way, but I see a lot of deer that way. But I left both my chargers on the kitchen table. Table that I'm sitting at right now, this one.
Hmm.
Um, they were left there. Tanner, Harry's son that lives with us, he knew they were there too. Terry gets home at 7. We get home about in the morning, you know, we're not here. I get home at 5:30 from the walk because I said dark till dark. I get in the house and I say, well, where's my chargers at? Terry says, I don't know nothing about it. I said, well, you must have known about them. You must have moved them. I'm not mad, but I get like, where are they at?
Right.
And Tanner says, yeah, they were right on the table there. Guess what? They're gone.
Gone, gone. You can't find them
They are
anywhere
gone. They are gone, gone.
to fairyland. Oh my God.
Yeah, we can't find them anywhere. They're gone.
Oh my gosh.
I don't give theories or opinions, but I do think I know why. And then tonight, my pickup keys are gone too.
Oh, for your pickup truck? Oh my goodness. When did they disappear?
Don't know. Do not know.
Oh my gosh.
That's the only set I have. My own stupid fault.
Huh. Do you have any reasons you think this would be happening? That
Yeah.
maybe.
Yep. I do have reasons because I'm not going out there doing what I do every day.
Oh, and somebody's upset.
I don't know what else it would be, but the stuff is gone.
Yeah, like they're trying to remove any distractions. Like, hey, you better get back out here.
It has to be that. I mean,
Yeah,
it has to be because when we left that morning, they were on the table.
yeah.
Now about my keys, I went to go find them. I had to go to a guy's hunting cabin about 4 miles from here to give him something.
Hmm.
Can't find my keys.
Oh my
Yesterday, I
goodness.
came here at 8 in the morning, about 9 in the morning. I couldn't hunt. I had to do some business at the bank today, so I couldn't hunt, and the bank was closed yesterday.
Yeah.
I had my keys. I drove here. I put them up where I do. They're not there, and there's nobody like Terry or Tanner pranking me. They wouldn't do that. I would get really mad about it.
Right.
Um, they're gone. I had to use her car. Well, she let me, use her car to go over to this cabin. She just
Yeah.
didn't want me to do it because I got to drive down this old dirt road for 3 miles. She didn't want me to drive her nice car down there, but I did. Yeah,
You had to.
their keys are gone, and so I've been asking them for the stuff back. We'll see. And
Okay.
if we find them somewhere else, it's because they put it somewhere else. Not that I misplaced it. We tore this house apart.
Yeah. I wonder if you're
They're
gonna find them
gone.
somewhere like out in the woods.
Wouldn't that be something? Well, a few years ago, my billfold was gone. I had
Oh
some
my goodness.
researchers here, SRA guys, and Mike Quast that wrote the book. We're
Hmm.
out in the woods. House is locked. I come home, my billfold's gone. I had $60 in it. Not no big deal, but it's gone. I never
Yeah.
did get it back.
Oh my
I
goodness.
never did get it back. And a red dog collar.
Yeah, well, this is something that happens. They take things.
It happened. What about the time they came in the house here and I come home and they went in the refrigerator and took a stick of butter out and stuck it on the refrigerator? Or the
Maybe they just didn't want you eating that brand of butter.
Yeah. Or the time they went in the house there and took an ice cream bar out, opened it up and then put it on the table, but the stick was on this side of the table.
Yeah,
Ice cream bar was over there.
yeah.
Me and the girls, the grandkids left at 6 in the morning, to bring hay. You remember that story, right?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
We,
to bring hay to my daughter at the rodeo there. So if I'm gonna have an ice cream bar at 6 in the morning, which I'm not, the girls are gonna have one. And
yeah.
I'm not gonna have an ice cream bar at 6 in the morning. and the house was locked. In fact, when I got home, daughter had the keys. I had her big 1-ton truck to bring hay bales back. I had to pry the door open, kind of ruin the door jam. And
Mhm.
then they peed all over my bed that same evening, whatever they did, that
Yeah,
same day. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
that is crazy. You have so much activity there. It's like I can understand why it got called the Skinwalker Ranch of the North. And
Yeah.
anyone that's read the Skinwalker Ranch books, yeah, you got high activity there.
Right. And then the next week they peed on all my clothes. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have a theory as to why that happened. You think it's because you peed, right? On.
Because when I'm out in the woods there, before I knew what I knew about them, yeah, I see an X structure. I'm looking at, oh God, I got to go pee. So I just go right there. That is the only thing I can think of.
Hmm.
Because since I apologized to him and quit doing that, that has not happened since
Yep.
when I
Yeah.
figured it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it helps to talk to them. You'll have to definitely post an update as to whether you get your chargers back and whether you get your keys back. My goodness. You can't
I
drive your
know.
car right now.
Yeah, I will. Yeah. It's a Dodge Ram pickup. It's a nice one, copper colored, and I can't drive it.
You could just look at it.
Yeah, I can look at it. Yeah. I mean, the tires I got on it are worth more than the pickup probably.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. God.
So, so you've had stuff happening these past few months since you've had some visitors come and some pretty interesting stuff involving candy and a few other things happening.
Yep.
Would you mind going into that? Because that's pretty,
Y-
I mean,
Yeah.
what do you
Okay. This
think?
fall, I had Mike Quast wrote the book. I call him the book writer. John Badger from the Duluth area has seen Sasquatch here. Russ and his team leader, that's what he calls them, from the St. Cloud, Minnesota area, about 70 miles north of Minneapolis. And these people are all knowers. That's all I'll let come here now. I won't let anybody come here that wants to see if I'm lying or not and don't know nothing about nothing
Mhm.
because I don't need to be validated about what I know. But anyways, and then let's see, that's all it was for that time. And
Mhm.
oh, I got that wrong. So much has happened. I got to get this story straight.
It's okay.
John Badger wasn't here. John Badger wasn't here. Anyways, um, the She Squatcher girls were here. Sorry about that. I said it wrong. She Squatcher girls were here, and Mike Quast was here.
Okay.
So anytime I have somebody come here, the week before, when I know that they're going to come here, when I'm out in the woods doing my gifting, I always say, "Hey, I got some friends coming here. I want you to scare the hell out of them. Give them some action. Don't hurt them. They're good people, but scare the hell out of them." I say that every day, and it works. They listen to me. It's as crazy as it sounds. It works. Mike Quast was in his tent. He's got this little, like a pup tent thing. He can barely fit in the darn thing, and an air mattress. And he's got to do a hand bicycle pump to pump it up. He gets to it about midnight, and the thing had a hole in it, or he didn't realize at the time, but it was flat. So he's pumping it up, gets it all good, and he's like, it's going flat again. So he says, "Oh well, I'll just sleep on the ground in the flat air mattress." And it had a lot of bright moonlight that night. And so he didn't have his flap up, just a screen thing. So he's laying down there and he heard some walking footsteps. You are not going to hear a bear walking in the grass that I mow. You're not going to hear that. You might hear a bear if it's in the woods and it steps on a dead stick and it cracks it. That's what you'll hear. When I used to bear hunt, there'd be times I'd be looking at the bear bait, look away like that. There's a bear right there. I did not hear it. That's how quiet they can be because they got those padded, no paws.
Mm.
You will not hear him walking. And all of a sudden, where his screen is at of the tent, he's laying down on his mattress. He sees some hands come up like this, big, and they put the hands go on the screen there, and then the face looks in. It's a Sasquatch looking in at him. He's
Oh my
looking
God.
at it. Yeah, he's like, it really did him in. Really did him
Oh,
in. So he lays there not knowing what to do. I kind of would make the story short. It happened for about 15 minutes of him and the Sasquatch watching each other.
yeah.
And he finally said, "I see you." and it still just it didn't acknowledge that. It just kept watching him. So he decided to put his hands up to it and backed his hands off. So he put his hands away and put his hand back on the screen like this here, looking in at him.
Mm-hmm.
So he remembered what I said. I always say, what is the point of doing this if something happens to you, you're in your tent and you don't get out and look? So he remembered I said that. So he gets to a tent and kind of fumbling around unzipping it, and he gets it unzipped and it's gone. So I'm sitting at the fire ring. That's what I call it. Farther back in the woods, there's a little deer food plot, like a little miniature field,
Mm-hmm.
and I got a little fire ring there and some chairs and stuff, and that's where I was sitting. I see him coming with a red flashlight. I had fell asleep there. Everybody was in their tents. For some reason, I was fall asleep as I got a couch there, but I had woke up and I see a flashlight coming, and as he's getting close to me, he's shaking, and he
Yeah.
said to Randy, he said something happened. First of all, did somebody hoax me? I said, Mike, nobody did, and I'm not going to hoax you. If I ever did that to somebody and got caught, um, I'd lose all my credibility instantly. I would never do that, and I'm not going to walk through the middle of the woods at nighttime and hoax somebody, go with a flashlight and do that. There's too much going on here. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
And then he told me, but he was shaking. He was that shook up.
Well, that can be intimidating, those big hands. And did he say how big the face was, or did he?
He didn't. It's like this here, I guess. He kind of goes like
Yeah.
this. He didn't really say. He
Yeah.
thinks it was a juvenile. That's what he
Mm.
thinks it was. But then he doesn't really know for sure, but he thinks it was a juvenile looking in at him. And
Oh my
that certain
God.
spot, that's where the Sasquatch came to me in the daytime, and it was about that close to my face. I could have poked it. That certain spot there happens a lot right in that area there. That's why I'll
Yeah.
let people camp there or sleep overnight there. But I want that same person there all the time. I mix it up. So everybody that comes to my place can get some experience because it happens to everybody there. But
Okay,
then
so
I'm
there's one
telling them to do
spot.
something. Yeah, that one particular spot's really active right there, but that's only like 40 yards away from my gifting area too.
Hmm.
There's an opening, and then there's the woods line, and that's where I do my gifting in there.
Hmm.
And so that night, the sheep watchers were in a tent, and the one Jen, she didn't feel really good, and she was setting up in her tent. They had her cooler outside full of food and a bag of Doritos, and they heard something big walk up to them. And then all of a sudden they heard a massive fight going on. Massive fight, but she didn't get out and look. And I'll tell you what I'm going to tell you after I tell you what I'm going to tell you. She figured the Sasquatch was chasing the bear out of there because she heard the screaming and she looked up what bears sound like and she said it was exactly what like bears sound like. Exactly. But something chased the other thing out of there
Hmm.
and nothing took the food. If it had been
Okay.
a bear would have came back. Nothing took the food. Now, about a couple months ago, I said, at my gift in there, I said, can you guys protect me from the bear that are coming in here? I said, I don't want to have to shoot at mother bear and wound her and kill her and leave the cubs without a mother. Maybe I'll wound it and it'll come and attack me. I don't want to have nothing to do with that. I don't want to shoot in the air, and it could be a really bad situation for me because do come there too, not just Sasquatch.
Yeah.
There's been 3 times now. There's been 3 massive piles of I'll say bear crap, right
Hmm.
by my gifting area because it's full of berries and stuff. I know what it is. That is what it is, and they never take the food. And I'll have peanut
Interesting.
butter there, Hershey candy bars there, apples, and they never take the food.
There's an understanding going
So
on.
something chasing them bear out of there.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened to Jen and them. That chased the bear out of there.
Hmm.
I
Oh
asked
my.
it to do that. What else would
Yes.
it be?
Yeah.
A bear's not gonna come to my area. They're not take the peanut butter apples and the candy bars, the Hershey candy bars. That's not gonna happen. They're gonna take it.
Yeah. And this is the time of year that they're trying to fatten up, right?
That's right. They're gonna get ready to hibernate. Yes, that's why I was saying that. I was just thinking ahead. I come back here every day and I know bear are around. I don't want to tangle with a bear.
No, I wouldn't
Especially, no,
either.
I don't want to do that. And I do carry pistols with me at all times, and the Sasquatch people know that. I've told them that, and they know that. But I
Hmm.
don't want to have to shoot a bear and then wound
No.
it. I don't want no
Yeah.
part of that.
Bears
So that's
scare
why
me.
I've never said that before. I said
Hmm.
that, and that's what seems to be happening.
Yeah.
What else would it be? Why
Yeah.
didn't the bear and the bear cub's right by the tree where I got the peanut butter, right there. It's like that big. It's huge. It must be a big bear.
Hmm. Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah, I know it. And last year, or not last year, a few years ago when I was doing cameras, I sometimes I got three bear coming in there.
What
But
kind? What kind
black
do you
bear,
have?
we
Black
have
bear.
black bear. But some of the bear are cinnamon color too, like auburn reddish color.
Hmm.
Cinnamon, it's cinnamon color, but it's still a black bear.
Okay.
That's the kind of bear we have, black bear. We don't have
Okay.
grizzly bears.
Okay. Yeah, grizzlies are huge. They're insanely big, but apparently Sasquatch people can be bigger, so that's something that.
Yeah, and grizzly bears are dangerous.
Hmm.
They don't just kill to eat; they kill to kill too. That's
Hmm.
really dangerous. Yeah.
And is it
Um,
true, not to get off topic, but is it true that black bears will eat you alive? I've heard that. Like they'll
I
just
don't
start
know.
eating
There's
you.
not too many accounts in Minnesota where a black bear's killed a person.
Okay.
Not too many accounts. I know a polar bear. They kill to kill for sport.
Oh crap. Okay.
And that's what I've read. No,
Yeah.
I can't. Nobody quote me because in case I said it wrong. But
Hmm.
that's what I've read.
Well, if I come camping out there, I'm gonna need a big can of bear mace.
Yeah, you'd want something. You would
Yeah.
want some bear spray. Not that
Yeah.
you'll need it, but you'd still want it. You'll feel better with it.
I would. I would
Even though I
definitely.
carry a pistol, I don't feel comfortable without it
Hmm.
just because of that. We have lots of wolves, and not the wolves are going to attack. Yeah, they'd have to have a pack and be starving to
Hmm.
do that. But we have cougar up here. I've seen them. Cougar will stalk you, but I don't feel comfortable without the pistol. And
Yeah.
my motto, it's better to have it and not need it and use it than not have it and need it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I can't protect myself from a cougar being ornery at me or a pack of wolves. Like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
What am I
Absolutely.
do with a bear and get between her cubs and she thinks I'm dangerous? I can't climb a tree.
No.
I can't run. What am I going to do?
Right. No, that's
Yeah.
totally understandable. That's smart.
Yeah. And I told the Sasquatch people, I got this pistol, it's not for you, and explain it. And so far, it seems I still got all the interaction with them. So
Yeah, because they know if you have a pistol. Well, they know everything. They know what you're thinking. They know what your intentions are, and they know if you have guns. Yeah,
they
and
know
it.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not some animal hiding behind a tree. Like I say, they're way more than what we even know. Way
Hmm.
more.
Yeah.
So, um, I'll tell you another thing. And
Yeah.
then, God, what is it? Maybe a month and a half ago, I had Chris Lopez. He has Bound to Truth podcast from the state of Washington. I don't
Hmm.
know. Do you know him? Of him?
No, I've never heard of him, but
They mainly did the ghost hunting thing,
okay.
but now they're getting into the Sasquatch and the weird stuff.
Hmm.
Anyways, he came here. He flew in here. I picked him up on a Sunday, and then I had Mike Quas come here on a. Mike Quas came here. John Badger came here. Russ and his team leader guy. They do the ghost hunting Sasquatch thing around the country, and they go and help people out with the weird stuff at their homes and all that thing. That's what this. He's got searching for Sasquatch is his deal.
Okay.
So they came here on Sunday, picked Chris Lopez up at the airport on Sunday, Bemidji, Minnesota. That's where I picked him up at. So Ross and his friend, they stayed overnight by Spring Creek. Spring Creek runs in the Cormorant River. They come together in the Y. So they slept on two cots by the creek. No tent or nothing. They're
Wow.
on it. Yeah, I know it. I wouldn't do that. But they did that. I had to put a tent out for him. He couldn't fly in with a tent and a sleeping bag. I put him where the girls have stayed, the She Squatcher girls have stayed. And where Jen, the leader there, has seen Sasquatch by the creek standing there going back and forth and shaking trees.
Hmm.
And that's where he camped. Mike, I put him down farther south, but this is all on the 40 acres, farther down south by the creek. John Badger, I put him where all the activity is because he's never camped there before. And he slept in a tent overnight. But he has seen one jump the fence like a sprinter, legs outstretched just like that there.
Oh
Seen it jump
wow.
over a 5 strand barbed wire fence. Okay. So they did all the thing, and I always tell people, I'm not gonna stay all night here with you. I'll go back to the house about midnight because nothing happens with people that are with me. It's when I'm not with them that something happens. Because what do I say? I want you to scare the hell out of these people. Don't hurt them, just scare the hell out of them. Well, they're not going to do that when I'm there. So when I
Mm-hmm.
don't be there,
Yeah.
and it works, it always works. So they do all that there. So Monday morning, I go back to the fire ring, meet everybody. First, I talked to Russ and his friend. Anything happened? They said, "Oh yeah, we had acorns tossed at us all night long, and we heard weird voices, but we couldn't understand the language. But they had acorns thrown at them all night long." I'll get into the acorn thing in a little bit. John Badger really got shook up. About 2 in the morning, he heard steps again up to his tent. Like I said, you're not going to hear a bear walk because some of those old trails back in those woods, I mow them. I mow them with my lawnmower to keep them nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's nice walking. I got all those trails mowed. And here's what happened to him. He heard something walk up to his tent, took the two hands and pushed the nylon of the tent right to his face. Pushed it all the way to his face. It
Oh
was
my
right there to his
goodness.
face and let go of it. That that scared him.
Well, that would scare me too.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Yeah.
And that happened to him. Mike, he went to his tent about 12, but then he decided to walk around. And then at midnight, he got back in his tent and he heard some water splashing. So he's like maybe 20 feet from that little creek.
Mm-hmm.
And the moon's really bright. He gets up, walks down to the creek, and there's a Sasquatch in the water, splashing the water around. He watched it for a good 10 minutes. He watched it walk farther in the creek, splashing the water, looking down at the water and splashing it.
Oh my
That's the
gosh.
second sighting he's had. He's been doing this for nothing. He's been doing this for 25 years and never really had anything held just lately now.
Mm-hmm.
So he's so excited. He was so excited about it.
That
He's
is,
had two sightings in less than a month. Class
oh
A
my
sighting.
goodness.
Yeah, yep.
So they're
So that
really,
happened to him.
yeah.
Nothing happened to Chris that night. That Sunday night. Nothing really happened. Then on Monday, how was it? Mike didn't stay overnight.
Mm-hmm.
He went and got a motel room. I think he felt like he had enough Sasquatch seeing for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. So I told Chris, why don't you go? No, it rained Monday night. So he hung around with me. It's nothing really happened. It rained. How was that? I got to get it right in my head because no. So it rained Monday night, so he couldn't stay in the tent. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
I told him, why don't you go to that deer stand where they came to me? It's close to my gifting area where everybody gets action. I said, I want you to go in there at 6 o'clock and you sit in there and you be quiet like you're deer hunting. You don't make a sound. You don't be texting. You don't be moving around because maybe you'll see a deer, a bear, raccoon, or something. You'll
Yeah.
see something, seeing some kind of animal. It's kind of neat to see. So he does that. And me and Terry Santana are sitting back at our fire ring. About 9:30, I see his flashlight coming. And he gets to us and he's down on the tail. I said, Chris, what? He won't stop. He's hyperventilating. I said, Chris, you got to stop. You're going to have a heart attack. Finally gets his composure. He really got scared. It did him in. After I tell you, he said, the ghost sighting thing is nothing compared to seeing a Sasquatch for the first time. Not even comparable. He was sitting in there and acorns were being thrown at him all for like an hour straight from right behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And then one time he turned his head and he said they wrapped one in leaves and the leaves brushed the side of his face. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And then he was sitting there and he looked towards my gifting area and on the edge of the woods was a well, we figured 11-footer standing there watching him.
Wow.
That's what did him in. So, but listen here. The one that was standing there watching him was not the one throwing the acorns. The one throwing the acorns were behind him from the west. The one he's seen was standing to the south. So there's a couple of them there.
Yeah.
And what did I say? Scare the hell out of him. And he got scared.
Yeah.
So he
Oh
couldn't
my.
sleep in the tent that night because it had rained and he didn't close the flaps. So he had to sleep in the camper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to stop right there. 2 years ago, I won't go in the whole story. 2 years ago, they hit the camper. Remember me telling you that?
Yes, and they left some dents,
They
right?
slapped the side of the door. I moved the camper. I told Terry, this is where Terry's daughter wants to stay. She don't want the camper by the woods line because she's seen Sasquatch and she's scared now.
Mm.
And we were talking about the door. not arguing, but Terry said, I don't think you got it right. I said, yes, I do got it right. So I'm bold with my talk, yes, I do got it right. So I went over and mowed my daughter's pasture because she's got horses with the big tractor. I come back. Terry had the dog outside. They heard a big loud bang, and the dog got so scared, its golden retriever pulled her in the house. She couldn't even hardly hold it back. So they're telling me about this loud bang. I go around and look around, see nothing. I go by the camper. That camper was in perfect condition. It's an old thing, but it was in my daughter's father-in-law's big shop for a long time. They hit the side of the camper door. Wham! There's a dent in it that big. It's still there because I'm not going to fix it.
Yeah.
We were talking about the door, and they hit the side of the camper by the door. Because
When
we
you
were
were
talking
talking
about
about
the
it?
door. She said she didn't want the door up by the woods line. They're letting us know you can have the door wherever you want. We can still mess with it. And they did.
Oh, wow.
And the next week, Samantha and the two kids sleep in that camper. And when you take the camper off the back of a pickup, you take it off, you put the jack on a nice heavy block, you crank it down so it's level. At 2 in the morning, we get a phone call, and Samantha is frantic. There's something hitting the camper in the back and shaking it back and forth. So I go outside. I knew I wasn't going to see nothing, but I go out there for her sake. And I said, well, you might as well come in the house. She said, no, it's all done. We'll just stay out here. The next day I go out there. They shook the camper so hard, they took the jack off the cement block and it was down in the gravel. And there's knuckle marks all over the back of it that weren't
Hmm.
there before. So
Yeah.
here's what I said. And there's a reason why I'm telling you this story here.
Hmm.
I said, okay, you guys, keep coming to the house, hit the house, move things around, have fun, but quit hitting the camper. You're putting dents in it and you're scaring the girls. For 2 years now, nothing's happened to that camper at all. So Chris is gonna sleep in that camper that night.
Here, Randy,
So,
fix your camera a little
huh?
bit. Fix your
Oh,
camera if you
oh,
can.
oh, did it
Yeah.
fall down there? Is that better?
You're disappearing. Okay, there you go. That's good.
Okay. So, Chris is gonna sleep in that camper. So when I go to my gifting area, I don't usually take nobody with me. I do my thing and stuff.
Hmm.
When I was there, I said, okay, you guys, I'm going to give you permission. Mess with the camper again. Chris is going to sleep in there. Go ahead, hit the camper and mess around with him.
You're
I
such a
said that. Yes.
troublemaker.
Yes. And the next morning I get up, and guess what? When the bunk he was sleeping in, the window that you can crank out, they were hitting the window, tapping on like that, and they cracked the window in both corners. Three cracks and three cracks. Yep. They messed with it. He
For
had a
the
bag
first
of Reese's,
time.
yeah, a big bag of Reese's Pieces. He opened the corner up, took a little bit of it, ate some, folded the bag up, and put it inside a Ziploc bag and zipped it up just in case there was a mouse in there or something. The next morning he gets up, goes to his bag of Reese's Pieces, and the bag is empty and all the Reese's Pieces are gone. Here's the thing. The bag is in the same shape you left it in, and the empty bag was back in the Ziploc bag. So they messed with him just like I asked them to do.
And they teleported that candy right into their mouths, sounds
Yeah, they
like.
had to because I'm sure they didn't walk in the camper and do that. They did something else with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that reminds
While
me
he was
of,
sleeping.
yeah, stuff that happened at Skinwalker Ranch. Anyone that's familiar with that, I mean, a similar thing was done there with one particular story I remember was done with the cattle. Literally,
Yeah.
the cattle were moved, and I think they were squeezed like sardines into a trailer, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I do
Um,
think I've seen that episode. Yep.
yeah, um, that's amazing.
Oh,
Oh
here's
my
another
goodness.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. I built a new deer stand out in the state land, farther than the original one that me and John Badger seen the portal doorway and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
I built the field farther back in there. It's over like what do I want to call it, like a big hill and a ravine or something, and there's three deer trails that come together in a Y.
Hmm.
So I wanted to see how long it's going to take me to get back there because I want to be in my stand by 5 in the morning. So I always drive the four-wheeler back to the fire ring. Then I cross a little creek there with a little bridge I made, cross the barbed wire fence, walk across the next barbed wire fence, and get in the woods and get to the stand. So I wanted to see how long it'll take me to do that. So I tie myself in the house with the four-wheeler with a stopwatch. I get to the fire ring, stop it. I get out and walk like I'm gonna walk through the woods. When I get to the stand, it took me 21 minutes to get there. I needed to know if I can leave at like 4:30 and be there in time, Probably walk a little slower because I got a gun and all that on me. So I did that. I always carry my pistol with me that day. I can tell I got when I'm walking, it kind of moves around and gets on my hip and gets sore, and I got to move it back and readjust it and all that. And I'm just using a little holster in my regular belt. I had to do that a couple times. I get in my stand, I'm just sitting there looking around. God, this is a really good area, and it has been. I've been seeing a lot of deer in there. Um, so I decided when a buck goes in the rut, they will scrape the ground by an overhanging branch, and they rub their orbital glands here in the branch, and leave their calling card. Sometimes the scrape is this big around, and then they'll pee in it, and then a doe will come there and pee in it, and then they know how the buck could find that deer.
Okay.
So I thought,
That's
yeah, and then,
fascinating.
yeah. And last year along the river there, which I could see that I'm not far from the river, there was a big scrape line. Could be 4 or 5 of them, and that's a buck scrape line. It'll check them out. They might just check them at nighttime. You never know. So I thought, I'm going to walk down there. I'm going to see if there's a scrape line there. So I'm getting out and I start walking the river. All of a sudden, I get a really awful feeling. And I automatically just see my gun's there on my side. I just do it. My gun's not there. I said, oh my God, for dumb. I thought I put my gun on me when I left. I must not have for dumb. I'm not going to go no farther. I got no gun on me. That's dumb of me. I've never, ever done that. So I'm going to turn around. I'm going to get out of here then because I'm way deep in the woods too. And remember, I said all of a sudden I felt like a weird feeling.
Yeah.
So I turn around, I get out of the woods, I get to the river where this farmer guy had put a flatbed from a semi. It's a really nice bridge. He laid it there. And I'm starting to get home, and all of a sudden, oh, my gun is there. What the heck? Oh, I'm not going to turn around, go back in those woods again and see if I can find scrapes. Been too far away. My gun always was there. It was always there.
Yeah. What do you think happened with that? You
I
think?
know what happened with it. They made me, in my mind, think my gun wasn't there. They didn't want me to go no farther for some reason, to either to protect me or there's something they didn't want me to see
Yeah.
because my gun was there. I knew it was there when I left, but
Yep.
I never, yeah, because I had adjusted a couple of times. I remember that when I was walking to the
Mm-hmm.
stand.
Yeah.
It wasn't there when I got that weird feeling.
Yeah.
It was not there.
Well, that definitely sounds like them. They
Yeah,
can do that.
they can do that. Yep.
Oh my
Like the,
goodness.
yeah, like for some reason, um, oh, I got something to tell you about that.
Yeah.
And then when I figured then my gun was there, when I go to my gifting area that night, they had given me 2 Y sticks. One by my red weed eater lines and one on my dice. 2 perfect Y sticks on each spot.
And what does that mean, you think?
Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you.
not for listening.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
Yeah.
Hmm. They've gave me lots of Y sticks. I got some in the house. Hold 1 second here. Hold on.
Okay. Oh wow.
Perfect. That's what's laying on my one deal. This was the other one. That's what I'm
And
talking about. These are gifts
yeah.
to me.
Yes.
It was laying right on those pre-cut. When you have a weed eater, you can buy the pre-cut weed eater lines instead of the spool. Because you
Hmm.
got to have the attachment. You just stick them in. They're about that long. It was laying like this and that, and this one was laying on my dice.
Oh my
There was no
gosh.
storm. It was placed there. There's nobody hoaxing me. Nobody knows where my gifting area is at. Nobody's saying, I'm going to put these on Randy's thing and see what he finds them.
Yeah.
And we don't have trespassers. I
Great.
don't even talk to the neighbors about what's going on. Not once have I talked to the neighbors, and we got one neighbor
Hmm.
across from our house. Yeah, one neighbor.
That sounds awesome.
We're in a rural area, yeah.
Yeah.
So I must have 20 of these Y sticks there, but I got like 3 or 4 in the house here. She won't let me bring no more in. Yeah.
She staged an intervention.
Yeah, I snuck these 2 in. No, I got them in my deer horns. Here, I'll show you something. See?
Oh. Oh my goodness. And you got
Look at
your
that one.
feathers too.
That's a 23 pointer there.
Oh wow.
But yeah, that's some big deer right there.
Yeah, I would say so. My goodness. Is that a hawk feather and an owl feather you have there?
These are feathers that they give me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I
was
get
laying on my
feathers like that.
dictionary. I don't even know what kind of feather is it. A hawk feather? I don't know. It was just laying there and I took it.
Yeah, I got one like that too, Randy.
You do?
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah, I've gotten a few. I get Allen hawk feathers from them. So that
I
must
think
be,
that's a hawk feather too, yeah.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's
that is.
special.
And I got two other feathers they gave me, smaller ones. They were right on my trail. I walk in.
Yeah.
I don't even know where they're at right now. I thought, well, they're probably over there.
I once heard a Native American gentleman on a show say that when they give you feathers, it means you're a true human being, is what he said.
Is that what
So,
that means?
yeah,
It makes sense.
yeah. Um, yeah, so what else has been, is that what's happened recently before I dive into some questions, or is there anything else?
No,
I'm trying to think,
yeah,
because
there
we,
is something else. There is something else. On Wednesday, oh, first I'll talk about the acorns.
mhm.
After
Oh,
Russ and them said they had acorns thrown at them,
hmm.
and Chris said he had acorns thrown at them, I went there the next day. I didn't find one acorn, not one, on both places. And they're not by no oak trees. Chris was
Hmm.
by pine trees. The other guys are by the creek. There's no oak tree right there. Where are the acorns at? There's no way that squirrels got acorns and that quick. I'd at least find one.
Yeah,
Like I said, I don't like to give theories, but if I have to, I wonder if they're not putting that in a person's mind, making them think they're getting acorns thrown at them.
I wonder about that too, because
Yeah,
I
because now
had,
one did. If that was true, why didn't they get up that night there and search in the ground and get a couple of acorns up that they were throwing at them? They didn't. They just laid there.
yeah,
So I don't
or,
know about that, but there should have been some
yeah,
acorns. I didn't find any.
yeah.
There wasn't any in the deer stand. Um, there was no acorns anywhere.
Hmm. Or I wonder if they're like throwing, or they're putting in your heads, or just another theory, because we really don't know, or if
Yeah,
they're like throwing energy or something.
maybe so. Yeah, something. Yeah,
Because I had that happen when I was camping in Vermont, and then it wasn't until later I realized that that could have been them throwing things at the tent, but I never experienced like acorns falling on my head during the day or anything like that. But yeah, really hard and fast hitting the tent in Vermont by a lake, really
oh,
beautiful
really?
lake.
Did you get out? That was you? You
What?
had them hit in the tent?
Yes.
Did you
Yeah.
see anything when you got out there in the ground?
I didn't know, not that I
There you
recall.
go. There you go.
Yeah, but I was with my ex at the time who was more of a camper than I was back then, and he said it was acorns hitting the tent, but they were hitting way too hard and way too consistently and rapidly for it to be that. So, but I didn't know. I
Right.
figured he
And
would know
think of
better than
this.
me.
Whatever was thrown at you, when it hit the tent, it would have rolled down and it should be on the ground right by the tent. Where were they?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, the same thing with Russ and the same thing with Chris. There was nothing there.
Yeah. And then one time I was driving down a wooded road and I heard something hit the back passenger, like behind, not the the back driver's side window. Heard something hit
Hmm.
really loudly and I got home. I thought, oh my goodness. And then there was nothing, no residue, no nothing that something had hit the window, and I always wondered about that too.
Really? Yeah, there
Yeah,
you
because I
go.
thought, are there teenagers back here in the woods just throwing things for, for fun? But no, there was
Yeah,
nothing on the window. So I always wondered about that. And when you mentioned that, you just jogged my memory.
there you go. Well,
I don't
okay.
know. I wonder
Yeah,
what that is.
yeah, I don't know either, but it does make sense. It makes
Yeah.
sense. It's got to be that. It has to be that. What else would it be?
Mm-hmm.
It has to be that. Okay.
Yeah.
So on Wednesday morning, I had to take him, to the airport, but
Yeah.
I wanted to see where that Sasquatch was standing and all that stuff. So we go down the power line, we go to that green power box where the marbles are at,
Mm-hmm.
and they weren't moved. God, my nose is itching.
It's
They weren't
okay.
moved. They weren't moved that night. But I started walking ahead of him, and he took a picture of the marbles. And I didn't care that he did; he just did. So we go there, and I can't find no acorns, and I go stand where it was standing between 10 and 11 feet tall it was. We didn't have a tape measure, but I raised my arm up, and he said it was taller than that. I'm not tall; I'm only 5'6", but it was taller than my arm, and it was massive, huge. So we get done with all that about 20 minutes. We go back out of the woods, get on the power line by the power box, green box, and the marbles had been moved because he had taken a picture of them. He looked at, they had been moved from that 20-minute span.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Wow.
And they don't have to be in physical form to do that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, they can move things without
Right.
their
Okay.
energy.
So he goes that evening around 6 o'clock. I would go to my gifting area. I asked Tanner, so here's a patch of woods. And to the north of that's that green deer stand. It's just one I made out of the trees there and I painted the plywood green. And then to the south side of that gifting area is another box stand. They're each about 40 yards away from my gifting area. Each are in the open, and there's a strip of woods where my gifting area is at. I asked Tanner, hey, let's go sit in those deer stands there. And he didn't want to do it because he's seen Sasquatch and he's kind of scared too. And he's had the horse whinnying at him when there's right by him, like 5 feet away, and there's no horse right there, and the smells and all that stuff, and the
Hmm.
knocking he's heard. So he's not really happy about doing it, but I talk him into it. And I get him in that stand that's south of my gifting area, and I go in my woods by my gifting area, and I say, hey, you guys, I always say you guys, whether they're male or female. Hey, you guys, you know Tanner. But here's exactly what I said. Scare the hell out of him. I said, I mean, really scare him. Get him good. That's what I said. And I said, if you'd like to come to me, I'll be sitting in that other one. Maybe you can teach me something else. So I go to that one. And I'm sitting there about till about 9:30. It's dark out, and I get bored. I've only ever seen him in the daytime, so there's nothing happening. I'm going to get out. I get out. I go down to the power line, get out of the woods, walk down to the south, go back in the woods, shine the light on him. I wasn't going to walk right to the deer stand. Shine the light on him so he can see me. He gets down. If I could have seen his face, I know it would have been pure white. He was frantic. He was that scared.
Oh.
Yep, he was. They got him good. And I said, well, don't tell me now. Let's get out of the woods here, get on the power line to, because we live by the power line corridor where the
Okay.
big power line poles are at,
Hmm.
and tell me when we get out there. And he said he was sitting there, and the first thing he hears his footsteps come up to him. Like I said, you're not going to hear a bear do that, and the bear's not going to walk up to you like that there. Then he heard this here. Clearing his throat and coughing like a human would do.
Hmm.
And here's what scared him. I can kind of do it. Help! Help!
That's
Help!
creepy.
In a
Yeah.
female voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scared the heck out of me sitting there in the pitch dark, and that it's close to him, right
Hmm.
behind him in the woods. And that's what
Hmm.
scared him. I didn't hear it. So maybe it was a mind speak thing in his mind that they put in
Yeah.
his mind. That I don't know if it was physical or a mind speak, but it was plain as day
Okay.
to him. And he's not the one, he don't have the personality to make stuff up. He was too
No.
scared.
Yeah.
You couldn't make up being that scared. That's not his personality.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that would be
Yeah.
scary to me too. It would be
Oh
weird.
yeah. It'd be scary. Yeah,
But
absolutely.
even if it happened to me and I was scared, I would have said, "What can I help you with?"
Yeah.
I would have said something. Yeah, because I have a lot more interaction with him than he does.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think I would have said that. Maybe I wouldn't have, but that's what I think I would have did.
yeah, we don't know what we would do till we're in the moment. But
Tell her
I've
in the moment,
actually,
you're exactly right.
yeah. That's not the first time I've heard of calls for like help or the sound of a baby crying. Uh,
Oh, we've had that. We've had
yeah.
kids out in the woods talking, but other people have heard it, and little young kids. And one time, the guy came to me and he said, "Randy, he's seen Sasquatch here. Randy, do you think you got kids in the woods there playing at 4 in the morning?" I says, "No, these are deep woods in the bush. Neighbors around. No, no."
Yeah.
So I've never heard that,
Uh-huh.
but I'm not sitting out there till 4 or 5 in the morning either. I just I don't feel good about it, and I
Mm-hmm.
got to go by my. I don't feel right about doing that. I don't
Yeah.
think it's a wrong thing to do. It feels too weird for me in my stomach.
Yeah. Well, you should definitely
Yeah.
listen to your gut for sure.
You know how hard it is for me to walk back from the fire ring to 2 miles back in the woods to my deer stand back in there? I force myself. I
Yeah.
do it because I want to hunt.
Yeah.
But I feel weird the whole time. I can't wait till I get in the deer stand.
Yeah, and then you
I
feel
know it,
safe.
yeah. And then where I'm going is the same close to the area where we've had the teepee that was never there, where we've seen the portal. It's really close, about 60 yards away, where we've seen the portal and the orbs come out of it, and they're
Yeah.
walking. The
Um,
same basic area.
Yeah. Well, that leads me to kind of wonder. So, a portal, right? Do you think it's always the Sasquatch people that are doing these things, or do you think that there are other things in those woods? I mean, I'm curious
There's
if
other
you,
things. There's
yeah.
other things because they've told me what the X's mean, so that makes me know that there's other things. The X's are boundary markers, not for humans. We can walk by them and, don't mess with them. We can walk by them. It's not boundaries for us. It's boundaries for other things we don't know about. That's why they put X's by my house, by my steps. Sometimes there'll be four X's, three X's, sometimes no X's, sometimes one X. They're only maybe about that long.
Hmm.
There'll be like a big one, a smaller one, and maybe a little one. And right now, there's no X's there. It's for the
Okay.
boundary markers to keep the things we don't know about away, not for Sasquatch, for other things we don't know about.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
what they told me. They
Okay.
told me in
Did
a mind speak. When I get a mind speak, it stops me. It takes over my whole body. It just stops me. Like, oh my God. Oh, that's really great. Thank you, I'll say.
hmm
It's that strong. It ain't just a little teeny thing. It ain't like I'm thinking about, man, I want to go hunting. What gun should I use? It's not that. It overwhelms my whole body.
Yeah. And so you know it's definitely not you.
It's not me, no.
Can you describe what it sounds like? Does it sound like a different voice, or you just know it's kind of your
I
voice, but
just
you know?
know. I just
Uh-huh.
know, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, yeah. When I had my first one, I was back in my gifting area was it last year? Yeah. So much happens, I don't even remember my
Yeah, you have
years.
so much going on out.
Yeah. But anyway, though, I said, can you guys tell me what's going on? What's going on here now? Could you please tell me? And I left. Instead of walking out of the woods to the power line to come home, I decided to walk through the woods. No specific reason. I just decided to do that. All of a sudden I get stopped and I say, oh my God, thank you. Here's what they told me. We do not migrate south for the winter. We do not bury our dead on your earth, they said. We don't live in caves. We don't live in the swamp. We don't live deep in the woods. We go in caves. We go in the swamp. We go deep in the woods. We do not live on your earth as you know it. We're interdimensional, metaphysical. We come to your earth because we like to. When we're in the metaphysical state, we are flesh and blood. We leave tracks, we leave hair, but we're more than that. That is what they told me. And
Mhm.
that makes sense too.
Yes, it
They've
does.
been searching for these things for hundreds and hundreds of years, maybe thousands of years, and never really got nothing because they never will. They might get circumstantial evidence like a piece of hair tracks that, but they're not going to get the full body like you see me right now, and you know it's real.
Hmm.
Or you see that car is real. They're not going to get that until the Sasquatch people are ready to do that. Right now, they're not. The humans are not ready for that. Just a certain people that they can trust.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm getting that now, it didn't just happen. It's been going on for 12 years. When I stopped doing cameras, they asked me to stop doing cameras. Doug Hajicek asked me to put a camera by my gifting area and say this, hey, can we get a picture of you? We will not share it to nobody. It'll be just for me and for Doug.
Hmm.
But then I said, if you don't ever want cameras here ever again on this property, you got to give me some kind of sign that I can see something. I go back
Yeah.
the next day, my camera's twisted, there's white fingerprints on it. The batteries are drain dry, the SD card's wipe clean, not even a picture of me, and there's a 15-foot Y stick, a Y like I showed you, but 15 feet long, about that big around. There was no storm, nothing like that, laying on my camera. I stopped doing cameras. My interaction ramped up. Then when I figured, I guess it was 2 years ago, when I figured that I'm not going to try to get evidence for the world. I said, hey, you guys, I'm not going to try to get evidence for the world anymore. You can totally trust me. I'm not doing that. I won't let nobody do that here. That's when my interaction really ramped up a lot from them, a lot.
Yeah. Well,
And
it
they're
doesn't get
trusting
much
to
clearer
me.
than that, what they did to your
Yeah.
camera, and then a thank you as well. Like, no thanks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um, I've seen them build a structure in front of my eyes. You know about that,
Yeah.
right? Yep.
Yeah, you talked about that last time.
Hmm.
Actually, one thing we didn't talk about last time, and speaking of other things being around, I think this is pretty interesting. I remember you on a different show hearing you talk about, um, and I can't remember her name, I'm so sorry. You had a psychic visiting your property, and she said something about not to have the children out in a certain area at night.
Okay.
Or
Yeah, she was here
can you
and we were
elaborate?
sitting
Yeah.
around here and she said, Randy, there's a lot of stuff going on at your place here. She said, don't tell me where nothing is at all. So we get out of the house here, we start going on the power line, and all of a sudden she goes to the right. That would be to the west. there's a miniature teepee in there. The
Okay.
perfect teepee, but maybe only 3 feet tall. She walked right to it. She
Mm-hmm.
said, "Well, this is really something." And then she looks at it and stuff, and then she don't say a lot about it. We get out. She takes off running. She's actually running. She runs right to my gifting area. I didn't say nothing about it. There's no way she would know where it's at. No way.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Randy, the black one and the red one do not get along. You have a lot of little people, elementals here, and you have a lot of Sasquatch here." And she said, "Don't ever bring the girls out. Don't let the girls come out here by themselves. It won't be good for them."
Mm.
She didn't say no more than that. That's what she said.
Okay.
She
Yeah, I
didn't
was
go
wondering.
any deeper than that. Yeah. I
Okay.
just said, "Well, what do you mean?" She said, "Don't ever let them do that."
Hmm. Okay.
So that's all I can tell you on that.
Yeah.
She didn't say no more.
Okay.
And
Because
she
I was
hasn't been
wondering.
back there since. She's really good friends with Mike, the book writer.
Okay.
And she just hasn't been back. Not that she don't want to, it just hasn't worked out at all.
Right.
I
No,
don't
yeah.
think she's really healthy. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. No, I totally understand. I was just wondering if you got any more information about that, because,
No, I never did.
yeah.
No, I
Okay.
never did. Um, the one she scratcher, Tammy, she got here. Well, I'll tell you this story beforehand. We were sitting in the stand, me and John Badger, where we seen the portal.
Mm-hmm.
We get out of that stand, and it's about midnight, and we're walking out of the woods, and we get to that bridge that guy said. Before that bridge, I said, "Wouldn't it be something? There was a cougar down there."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just telling you the story to tell you what Tammy said.
Yeah.
And I turned my flashlight on. There's a cougar down there. That's really weird. Coincidence that is. And it's got a long tail. It's not a bobcat.
Mm-hmm.
And it sees us and it turns around, starts walking away. Then it stops, turns around, starts walking towards us, and I start grabbing for my pistol. I'm just in case.
Yeah.
And a log comes flying at us from across the river. Remember me saying that?
Yeah.
Yep, yep. Okay. And the cougar runs off. So that story's all done. And when they were going to do that searching for Sasquatch number 10, from Jason Kenzie, it's on Tubi. She gets here right away. She says, "Randy, one of your Sasquatches got a friend." I said, "What do you mean?" "It's friends with the cougar." She did not know nothing about that story.
Oh my goodness. So it
That
was
really
protect.
validated her in her remote viewing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. A lot.
I would say
I said, "Oh
so.
my God, I got a story to tell you." She didn't know nothing about it. I didn't tell nobody about that.
Yeah. And then you told her after she told you.
Yeah, I said, "Oh my God." I said, "I got something to tell you." So that Sasquatch must have been either protecting us or protecting the cougar, one or the
Mm-hmm.
other. 'Cause I was pulling for my gun. I wasn't going to shoot it, no way, but I'm not
Yeah.
going to be attacked either.
No.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm
No.
saying? Yeah, I'm not going to be
It,
attacked.
or you probably wouldn't have survived it.
I know they would
Yeah.
be telling you my stuff.
Yeah. It was probably protecting you both.
I think so, yeah, because then the cougar ran off.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. You got some amazing stories.
Yeah, that was kind of scary.
Yeah.
She said that she's seen 20 of them here, them girls did.
Okay. And are
And there are
they
a
all
lot of
part of the
families
same?
here. Yeah,
So there's different family groups, or is it all one
yeah,
family? Okay.
different family groups here.
Okay.
They've
Yeah.
been seen 42 times at my place by 28 different people. I've seen them 13 times. All my sightings are double class A. They're not they're not blurry and like microsecond running. No, we look at each other. They're
Yeah.
close. I've
Yeah.
never seen them at nighttime. It's always in the daytime. I've seen
Hmm.
the black one. I don't know if it's always the same one, and I've seen the red one
Yeah.
or the auburn colored one. A
Yeah.
human-like face, no gorilla looking face. Some of them
Yeah.
got cone heads, yeah.
I'm just gonna ask you that. You read my mind. What do they look like? Was what I was gonna ask
Cone
you.
head, yeah. Did I tell you the one about the deer stand in Bryan Glen a
I
few
believe
years
so, but
ago?
please go ahead. I mean, yeah.
Okay, I had a couple friends here, musician friends from Nashville here,
Hmm.
and they're not knowers, but they believe in Sasquatch, and they
Hmm.
wanted me to take them around, and I took them way back in the state land. Well, Brian Glenn came, and across the river, I got a stand that he'll sit in, and he's had ravens come to him and hover right there to look at him,
Hmm.
fly up on a branch and look up, and it's gone. It's not there. So he's had a lot of stuff. He's seen Sasquatch at my place. So, anyways, he said, "Well, I'm not going to walk with you, Randy. My hip's kind of bad." And he had a black beanie on, and he's going to sit in that deer stand while we do our walk.
Hmm.
The deer stand is 12 feet tall. It's one of those ones you can buy, a double seated one, and it should be 17, but I didn't put the last section of ladder on it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're back in the woods. We start coming. We're about 100 yards, and I'm yelling, "Brian, Brian, we're going back home now." It turned its head, looking and looking. Those guys are yelling, and we're coming back. We're all yelling at them. Guess what? We get about 75 yards, and finally I say, forget about him. He knows how to get back. It turned its head. I could see the cone head. I'm thinking it's a black beanie, because it's in the fall, kind of cold out.
Yeah.
I said, he knows how to get back. Let's just leave him. I'm not irritated by like, what the hell? He's not answering me. We get back there. He's sitting in the pickup. He wasn't back there.
Oh my goodness.
He was
Okay.
never there. So it must have been one stand. It must have been a 12-footer. It must have been standing because there's no way that stand would support something that big and that
Mm-hmm.
heavy,
Yeah.
whatever they weigh. So it must have
Oh,
been, there was
100%.
a young one sitting in there, but it was facing us. The seat faces that way. It
Yeah.
was facing us to the north. The seat faces to the south. So it wasn't sitting in there. So it had to be standing on the ground.
Yeah.
It had been really huge. And the ladder rungs would not support that kind of weight.
It's wild. Do you wonder how many people have those experiences and realize after the fact what just happened?
Yeah, I know it. And
As you well know. Yeah.
right until you see your first one, when you do see your first one, it's like, oh my God, it's real. It's you can't even explain it.
Yeah.
You can't even explain it.
Absolutely.
It's amazing. It's really something. It has
Hmm.
changed me for some reason. As a kid growing up, if I seen a squirrel move, man, I'd shoot it. That's how it was. But you
Hmm.
get your first 410 shotgun is the neatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Um, I don't want to do that anymore. In fact, deer hunting, I don't even know if I want to shoot a deer. I don't even know if I want to. I've changed.
Yeah. Yeah. They've
And it,
changed you.
yeah, they have changed me. Yeah, they have
Hmm.
changed me that way.
Yeah. I'm curious. I mean, I've got some questions I didn't ask you last time. Um,
Yep.
I'm just wondering if you've ever had any like missing time or that you know
Yes.
of,
A missing time. I
or
don't.
just times that you have been out in the woods in a familiar area that you know well and somehow you get lost. Has that ever happened to
Yes,
you?
there is. I'll tell you about that one. I got to tell you a couple of things you got to remember in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
I got me, Mike Quast, the book writer,
Mm-hmm.
John Badger, and Tanner.
Mm-hmm.
I got them way back in the woods. There's original teepee. It's a massive teepee. That's what I call the original teepee.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're not by that right now. We're walking way back in, and we come around, and we get by this original teepee. They want me to take them north across the Beaver Dam. There's a cedar swamp back there, and that's the first time when I was talking to them, and they came back to the house. They hit the house and said my name in a female, like Randy. That's another story. But they want me to
Yeah.
take them over there. I can tell you that story too, but they want me to take them over there. But we're taking a rest at that original teepee. 25 yards to the south is the fence line. You can see it really good.
Mm-hmm.
25 yards to the west is a bunch of pine trees. You can see them good
Mm-hmm.
by the original teepee. So we're sitting there. They still want me. It's about 3 o'clock. They want me to take them. So I suppose we got maybe 3/4 of a mile or a mile to get to the river.
Mm-hmm.
They want me to take them there and get in the cedar swamp area. So we rest for a little bit and we go. I get about 50 yards. I come across these two square holes, like a shoebox, a little bigger than a shoebox square. And they're right together. There's one here and one here like this. What the heck is this? There's no trees around right there. I don't know what it is. I get the leaves out of them and stuff and look at it. I don't know what this is, but it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I get up. I'm about 200 yards away. I walk quick. As you can tell, I have a lot of energy, natural. And um, so I get quite a ways away from them. I say, "Oh my God, you guys, you got to get up here. There's a massive teepee here. It is perfect. I've never seen nothing like it. I'm really excited about it. It's a
Mm-hmm.
good one."
Yeah.
They finally get up there. Mike, the book writer's inside the teepee. We're taking video of it, taking pictures of it, and all that. And I say, "Well, you guys want to keep on going? We got a little ways yet to go." John says, no, maybe we better get back. It's going to get dark. And if we did get back there and it got dark, I could still get us back.
Mm-hmm.
Even without a compass, I could. Maybe I'll get turned around a little bit, but I could even follow the river and get back home.
Mm-hmm.
So they say, no, so we got to walk quite a ways. There's snow on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
We got to walk quite a ways to get to the fence line and all that. Then we got to walk quite a ways to get home. We do all that. We get home, they're gone. I'm looking at my videos because I took some video of Mike in the teepee. He's inside that teepee. Guess what? We weren't never there. We were at the original teepee. I said, what the heck? I go back the next day, our tracks go north. They never circled around like I got turned around and went back to that original teepee. And if we did, Mike couldn't be inside that original teepee, he couldn't stand in it. It's
Yeah.
not that, it's big with big like that, but it's not that tall where he was standing up.
Yeah.
We were never there.
That is trippy.
What did they do? I can't even put a finger on how that happened because we were at the original teepee,
Or you walked into
but we
another
thought we were at a new
timeline.
teepee, huh?
You walked into another dimension or timeline, maybe.
We had to have. Then I got to thinking after that, there's been times I've been in that same area. I get panicky. I don't know where I'm at. I don't recognize nothing. I don't recognize nothing. I got to get my compass out on my phone,
Yeah.
and it's working to get out of there.
Oh my goodness.
And then finally, and I get panicky feeling because I don't recognize a thing.
Yeah.
It's
But
weird.
yeah.
There's
Um,
there
yeah, go
before
ahead.
you say anything, there's a native guy, part of the SRA group, that's Sasquatch Research Association of Minnesota. And he says, Randy, this is a really weird area right here. You don't feel comfortable in that area. And that's the same area.
Did he say anything more or that was it?
That's all he said. He just don't feel comfortable there.
Hmm. Okay. Have you ever seen UFOs there? Besides the orb, I know you've seen the orb, but curious if you've seen
Not
UFO.
there. I have seen a UFO that I should have taken a picture of and I never did. I
Well,
told you about that, didn't I?
I don't know if you did or not. You have so many stories. I don't think I've heard you talk about a UFO.
Well, last year,
Go.
about 10 at night, I take the dog out to the power line to go to the bathroom. And about a half a mile away, I'd be to the north. You got to go up the hill, not a high hill. And I see this round, huge ball, but it's got flashing lights on and it's hovering. It's
Okay.
not
Yeah.
moving. I don't know how high up it is, but it's not moving. Well, a satellite doesn't do that. They move. An
Mm-hmm.
airplane doesn't do that. They're not round. And I'm
Yeah.
looking at it. What the heck is that? And I bring the dog in and I go back out there and it's still there. I watch it for a while. I don't know why I didn't take a picture. It'd have been easy. Snap a picture.
Yeah.
But the next day, I'm talking to a neighbor guy, and they said it was so bright they had to shut their curtains. They were watching it.
Oh my
How bright it
gosh.
was. So what would that be? A UFO, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be a UFO.
Yeah, I know. So
Well,
I don't know what. Yeah,
what were the colors of the lights? Were they all the
reddish,
same?
bluish, yellowish.
Oh wow. Okay.
It was
Wow.
like around Earth, like a round, like a globe.
Yeah. How big
That's what
was
it was
it?
like. And it was big.
Yeah.
It was like really big.
Well, here's the thing is like a lot of people would say, well, why didn't you take a picture? And I always think of it like, because I've experienced paranormal things too. And it's like, do you think to take a picture when you're in the process of getting in a car accident? You're like, no, you're in the moment. You don't know what's about to happen. You're just
Yeah,
like paying attention. You don't know how things are going to turn out. You don't think to take out a camera and take a picture in that moment. You're just like there, what's happening, on high
you're
alert.
exactly
Like,
right.
yeah,
Because when we seen the portal and the orbs come out of there, we had our phones with it. I didn't even think about taking it. I'm just thinking, oh, what are we seeing? We're looking at that. I didn't
yeah,
think about taking no picture.
yeah, right. Yeah, what's about to happen? What is happening? Yeah, yeah.
And then one time we were sitting back there and I got the night vision binoculars and I'm looking through them and I give them to John Badger. We seen a whole bunch of orbs that our eyeballs didn't see. Whole bunch of them, little ones.
Yeah,
So what were we seeing? I don't know what we were seeing, but we seen a lot of them.
yeah,
We take our eyes away off the night vision binoculars and see nothing, put them on. Oh my God, look at all that.
yeah.
So I don't know. There's
Um,
so much weirdness here. It's like it's crazy and it's non-stopping.
hmm.
But the reason it's not stopping because I'm not trying to get evidence.
Yeah.
Now, somebody, without mentioning names, said the other day in a podcast with the She Squatchers, what do you think about Randy not doing cameras and all that? Isn't we supposed to get evidence for them and prove to the world? I Now I was on their show last night, so I was able to address that. Here's what I said. Okay, the Sasquatch people don't want me to do that. And I'm trying to get to the next level with them, a one-on-one face to face and learn what's really going on.
Hmm.
They've told me a lot, but they've only telling me what they think I need to know. I haven't got that far yet. And when I let people come here, I don't, I'm not asking or letting people come here to validate me. I don't need that. I know what's going on. And it's not Randy's rules, it's what the Sasquatch people want. And it's a privilege for me to let somebody come here. It's not a must. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, because that's what this is all about. I'm learning it for me to
Hmm.
let somebody come here. I'll let them come here so maybe they can experience what I'm talking about, not to wonder if I'm lying or not.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Hmm. And I
Because
think that's great.
he was one, why Randy won't let us do cameras or nothing? Why not? So I was finally able to address that last night,
Good.
and I hope you heard it.
I hope so
it
too.
was, it was meant for one person.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't think they appreciate that either. Um,
No, I
well,
don't think so.
yeah, I think they're looking for friendship and understanding and, do you spy on your friends? No, that's weird. I don't follow
Right.
my friends around with cameras and take pictures of them and it's
Yeah, and
like,
I even said I got kind of hard about it. I even said if I find out somebody's doing it behind my back and I find out that night, they'll be escorted off right away. I don't care if it's 1 in the morning. Gone.
yeah, well, we need to build trust both ways. So,
Right. And I don't want to ruin what I got going on here with them and me.
yeah.
It's because this is all about me and them. So when I let somebody come here, it's just a privilege. It's like me and that, like you, if you came here, I know you'd be fine. I know
Hmm.
you would be fine because you know what's what.
Yeah,
You know
just
what
don't
I'm
tell them to
saying?
scare me.
Oh, I will. Yes,
No!
I will.
I'm gonna have a talk with them and tell them not to scare me.
Would you dare sleep in a tent by yourself out here? Just on the
I don't
40 acres,
know.
would you?
You know what? I would like to think I would, but I'm not worried about the Sasquatch people. I'm worried about what the Sasquatch people are worried about as far as those X's they're putting up.
Yeah. Okay. Would you feel more comfortable like at the fire ring with the fire going and stay there? Like on the
Yeah, I can sleep
You would,
sitting
wouldn't
up.
you? Yeah. Yeah. No, I
Hmm.
understand that.
Yeah. But then that's out in the open. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would do until I was there. I might be all brave, and then when it comes time to lay down in the tent in the dark, I might be a little bit scared. I would like to think I would, and I would like to
Yeah.
come out there. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're invited.
Thank you. Thank you. I
Yep.
appreciate that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make it out the best I can this summer.
You
Yeah.
don't even have a New Jersey accent,
I
whatever that
don't?
is. Is there New Jersey accent?
Apparently there is, or so I've been told.
You don't have it,
I
whatever.
don't.
Because when I played with the Crest,
Uh-huh.
16 candles,
Uh-huh.
that one guy had that really thick New Jersey accent.
Joyce.
It was like the mob accent.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
there you go.
I
So
know
maybe
what you
that's
mean.
what it was.
Yeah, probably.
It probably
Probably.
was. Yeah, I don't know.
Um, I'm curious whether you've seen any ghosts around your property or in your home.
Yes, there is a ghost in the house here. There's an old lady that died here in probably see 79, probably 77. And I've had people here that are in tune to that said she walks around, she stays in the master bedroom there.
Okay.
I've never seen it, but people say that are in tune to that said, yeah, there is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
And
must be harmless, but
yeah, yeah. Well, they're just out of body, that's all.
I'm going to tell you something. When I'm here all by myself, I don't feel comfortable in this house.
Really.
I do not. No, I do not at all. I even lock the doors locked for they get in the house and the bedroom doors locked when I'm in the bedroom.
Really.
Yeah,
But
I
you
don't
don't
feel
think it's
comfortable.
hmm.
And when I first got with Terry, I would sleep on the couch. Maybe it's just me. I don't know, but I don't feel good in my stomach.
Hmm.
Feels weird to me. Something feels not right.
Are you the first to own this house? No, there was a woman
No,
there before
second.
you.
And it's a double wide.
Okay. Do you know the history of the land at all?
That's what we'd like to know. I went to the county records and there
Hmm.
was so much stuff to find out and they wouldn't help me. I need somebody to help me do that. You know how to do all that?
I don't.
I don't either.
How
I'd
interesting
like
they
to
wouldn't
know.
help you. Do you think
She
there's
said, there's so
something to
much
that?
here. She wouldn't help me. No,
Do you think there's something they don't want you to know about?
I don't know. But my daughter's in tune to the psychic world. She seems like she is. I don't know for sure.
Oh,
but she
yeah.
says there was a war here a long, long time ago, a native war here. She's talking about a long time ago.
Okay. So there might be some uh sacred burial ground there.
There might be, maybe there is, yeah, that. But yeah, I'd really like to know, go back as far as you could go back, but I don't really know how to do it.
Well, we
So
have
maybe
to
some
do
of your
that.
friends there that listen to you will know how to do it.
Yeah. I feel like that's going to open a whole new avenue
It
once you
could,
find
yes.
out the history. Yeah. That's fascinating.
I know this has nothing to do it, but in the little creek down there, I found some petrified wood.
Hmm.
That's kind of neat. I like to find some arrowheads, but I've never found any. I don't know if
You
I'd find them here or not.
have you said it out loud yet? Because you just did. You might find one now that you said it.
Really? Yeah, when I
Yeah.
was in Wyoming, me and Terry worked for an outfitter. We stayed in um the base camp was 9,600 feet up, a 7 hour horseback ride in. And it
Wow.
was in a wilderness area. You couldn't even have electric toothbrush.
Oh, wow.
And guess what we did? We stayed in a little wall tent for 40 days and never came out. Not one
Oh,
time.
oh my goodness.
And there's grizzly bears around here and all that. It's the only water in the area. So about a quarter of a mile, I had to carry 2 6 gallon 4 times of water every day. Our day started at 3 in the morning.
Oh my
Terry
God.
was a camp cook and I got the wood and all the stuff you're supposed to do.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then one time I had to help that horse wrangler to bring up I had a mule. Do you know anything about horses?
Not really, no, but
This mule was 18 hands high. It was massive. And
uh-huh.
I had to walk up this 6% grade, and doctor says, Randy, you got physical induced asthma. You need to have one of those things. I said, it don't work. I tried it. I found up there I do have it.
Oh
So
no.
I got it was a mile grade, a 6% grade, mile grade to get this. They call it a horse pasture, but it was a natural bull. I got halfway up there and I bent over. I could hardly breathe. And that big mule, he wanted me to keep on going. So he butts me in the butt there and knocks me over to keep on going. Yeah. And then when they would leave, every Sunday they would take the hunters out and come back on Tuesday with another group of hunters. They yelled at me, said, Randy, you got to get some squaw wood. Well, I didn't know what they were talking about. And what that means is when the Indian bucks would go hunting, the ladies there would pick up wood on the ground. That's called squaw wood. So I had to
Okay.
do that every day. But my day would start at 3 in the morning. Terry'd get the coffee going and all that. I'd make the lunches. And here's what the deal was. They had everything in bear-proof stuff because there's grizzly bears there.
Hmm.
And whatever they brought up for the day, if it was 5 pounds of bacon, she had to cook 5 pounds of bacon up. Didn't matter if there's 200s or 500s. She had to cook and get rid of the food every day that they didn't eat. So she did all that there, and they'd always say, Randy, you guys got to take a nap. Well, I see why, because they wouldn't come down till 9 or 10 at night out of the mountains there with the hunters.
Hmm.
So we had to sleep a little bit, otherwise we'd have been exhausted.
Oh yeah.
And I told Terry, I don't know if I should say this or not. You can edit it out if I shouldn't. When they would leave on Sunday, we had to wash up. So I told Terry, we got to go in the cook tent and take a horse bath and wash with a sponge. That's what we had to do. There's no
Yeah.
shower.
No, I don't think that's inappropriate. That's
Yeah,
funny.
but that's exactly what we had to do. And
Oh my gosh.
I really like the mountains a lot, but we don't need to do it again. They run out of firewood, and you can't have a chainsaw up there. So me and the horse wrangler had to get a two-man crosscut saw like they used to do in the 1800s and try to
Hmm.
cut trees down like this here. I
Oh
could
yeah.
barely do it. I couldn't keep my breath. It was
Well,
awful.
yeah.
A few like that there. I said, I got to take a break. I can't even breathe. I'm ready to fall over.
Yeah.
That
My
was that physical
goodness.
induced asthma I had. I should have had one of those like that
Yeah.
to help me out, but I didn't.
Well, what a place to find out you have a condition like that. That's kind
Yeah,
of,
I know I really have it. Yeah. I still don't really use that thing, but I do have it now.
yeah, well, carry it with you.
Well, I should, yeah.
Did you have any experiences up there? That sounds pretty
No,
remote. No.
no, never did. Nothing. No. Only
Okay.
experience I've ever had is like right here.
Right here.
Yep.
Well, yeah, you're having them daily.
Yeah. And I have asked for my chargers back. I went and bought some new ones today because I need them.
Hmm.
I mean, that's really, really irritating
Yeah, I hope you
that
find
they
them.
took them chargers. They had to take them because nobody was in the house and they're gone.
It's so interesting. I mean, I know a lot of people say the Sasquatch people do that because they joke around, but that's also something. like fairies do too, or people that have interactions with fairies, they take things and then they'll return them who knows when later.
You know about
Um,
the fairy incident, don't you? I've seen one.
oh yeah? You comfortable talking about that? I don't, yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you. I had Jen, the she squatcher head person, was at the fire ring. She didn't want to go venture out.
Hmm.
So Jenna, I said, well, why don't we go sit in those two deer stands? And I told her the same thing. You get up there and don't be texting, just sit still, and maybe you'll see a deer, a bear, or something. It's kind of fun. And I'll
Hmm.
go in the green one. And it started to get at 8:30 or so, it started getting dark out, and I kept seeing lights in the woods by my gifting area. And I'd look, and then I wouldn't see them, like round eyes like this. And
Uh-huh.
then I looked, oh God, but they'd move around. A
Hmm.
deer, a bear without a light shine on them, their eyes are not going to shine.
Yeah.
This is a one that's illuminated.
Uh-huh.
And I got this massive headache back of my neck here. Oh man, it was almost making me throw up. I don't know why I got it,
Hmm.
but I did. Finally, I couldn't take it no more. I said, I got to get down and go get Jenna. She's easily to get lost and turn around. So I went and got her. Said, Jenna, we got to go. I got to go to the house there. I got to get some aspirins. I can't take this headache. So I get the aspirins. We walked to Jen. I said, Jen, anything happened? She said, yeah, she had something 9 times buzz her head. Zoo. She knew what it was, but she didn't say nothing. The next day they're gone because I can't have them stay no more than that one day just because I have some appointments I got to go to.
Yeah.
Usually they stay a couple days. So that evening I'm at my gifting area. I'm down by my dice and I'm moving them around. I always say when they move it, man, that's really great. Let's see what you can do with this. I
Hmm.
always talk. I'm assuming I'm talking to the Sasquatch because that's all I've ever seen.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I hear a buzzing go by my head. I look up, I see the feet, the legs, the arms, the head, and it flies right by me, just like Peter Pan would be, about that size.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I just seen one of those fairy things they talk about. So I
Yeah.
called Jen when I get in the house. I said, Jen, you believe in fairies? She said, oh yeah, that's what was flying by my head. She said, did you see one? I did a little white lie. Oh no, no, I didn't. Because I didn't want her to think just because she said she's seen one. Oh yeah, I've seen one too. So I
Yeah.
said no. But then I got home, I looked up what the fairies do. Oh, they like to move trinkets around and stuff. Well, what do I got going on? My stuff's always moved.
Hmm.
Maybe that's what's moving my stuff.
Yeah.
Because I've never ever seen one time what's moving my stuff. I just assume it's Sasquatch because that's all I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So then I called her back and said, Jen, I did a little white lie to you. She said, what? I seen one of those fairies. I just didn't want to tell you I seen one when you just said you knew what was going on.
Yeah.
And she said, what it looked like? I said, it looked like the size of a Peter Pan, the movie Peter Pan, looked like that. And that
Yeah.
is what it looked like, about that long.
That long. Okay.
Yeah,
So
not
bigger than a
big.
hummingbird.
No, no,
No?
no, no hummingbird. Hummingbird don't have a human head and arms and fingers. I seen
Yeah.
all that.
Oh no, I mean like size wise.
Yeah, sidewise it was like that. Yeah,
Okay.
yep.
Yeah, no,
But
I've no
skinny,
doubt you
like a
saw.
little mini miniature human.
Mm-hmm.
Skinny. Yep.
Yeah. Was it, like green or
It's so fast I really can't place a color on it.
okay.
I really can't.
That's so
It was
cool.
like zoop, and I didn't see it keep on flying. It was like zoop, and then where'd it go?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they can move very quickly from what I understand.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
I heard it too, like zoop. That's what made me look up.
yeah.
I didn't hear
Um,
it from a long ways. I heard like when it got right here, zoop, I look up. What the heck? I just seen one of them.
well, they're reaching out to you too now.
Yeah, and
But yeah, there are
you
people
know
that have
about Jen and the remote viewing thing, don't you? Did I tell you about that
where she saw
last year?
is she the one that saw the Sasquatch behind you or
Yeah, yep, yep.
yeah, and she told you it was right behind you, correct? And you were talking to her on the phone, I think.
Um,
Or
I sat back there and I wrote to Jen. I said, I'm doing something I've never done before. I'm sitting back at the fire ring and I feel really weird about it. She writes back, why do you feel weird? Because you're there? And I said, yes. Can you do a quick remote view? See
mhm,
what's around here? And she said, no. Then I had a real terrible scream at me by the creek down there. I knew what it
yeah.
was. There was no coyote or nothing like that.
Hmm.
And that didn't really bother me. And it's just, no, I can't do it. So now it's dark out. I'm calling John Badger and I'm telling him the same thing. All of a sudden, I hear some brush break and two footsteps right behind me. The couch is there. About 2 feet is a windrow of brush. When they made that deer food plot, They didn't take all the brush when they did it with their big caterpillar, their big cat.
Hmm.
They put it in two windrows, and they should have put it all together so we could have burnt it, but they didn't. Now it's
Yeah.
grown up. I heard, actually, I heard two footsteps and brush break. And said, I got to get off the phone, John. I just heard two footsteps and some brush break right behind me. I got to get some logs on the fire. I do that. My phone buzzes. She says, Randy, I'm watching you. You got a Sasquatch just walked up on you, just watching you, and you need to quit turning around looking at it. She's seen me in real time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So her remote viewing is
She's
right
good.
on. There's no way she would know that. She
Hmm.
didn't know I heard the footsteps, and she didn't know I was looking at it.
Hmm.
Like a dummy, just like you said. I should have said, hey, what do you don't need to sneak up on me. Come on in. I didn't say that. It
Yeah.
put my stomach in a knot again. I
Yeah.
don't know why I didn't say that, but I didn't say it.
Yeah.
And then I sat
What?
there for a while and I had to walk back in the dark.
Yeah.
So that was weird for me.
I think it's
No
such
one
a
was there.
gift.
Huh?
Um, I think it's such a gift and no coincidence that you've befriended people like her to confirm for you and then for other people, you know. I don't think it's any accident that all these people you're meeting, you know, are able
Yeah, you're
to,
right.
because you're in a very special place, and I feel like, you know,
Yeah,
you're a big part of the awakening, what's happening there.
that's what
Yeah.
it seems like. Yeah,
Yeah. And
that's
I
what it
just
seems
wanted to
like.
say real quick about, you know, fairies, that apparently if you get them on video, they move very quickly. You have to slow it down. Or so
Oh,
I've,
really?
yeah,
Yeah,
like to really, really catch them. So,
right. It was like
yeah,
like that. I heard it first, and that's why I looked up and I seen it.
yeah. And you saw it.
I
And I
seen it,
also
then I
think,
didn't see it.
yeah,
What?
well, you saw it. And I also think you're highly psychic. So I
Oh,
think,
really?
you know, you were able to pick up on a little bit of what it looked like. So
Do
that's
you
pretty
think that
awesome.
it showed itself to me purposely?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it did. Because
Oh, yeah.
why? That's the first time ever in all the years I've been doing this.
Because I think they are ready to begin to be known too. I think they're starting to reach out to people. Yeah. And a
I've
lot of people
never.
say that Sasquatch are a gateway. And
Oh,
maybe
really?
it's because they are guardians. You know, that they're guardians of the portals.
Yeah.
And so maybe they're checking up to make sure, right, this person's cool. You guys can start showing yourselves to them because they're legit and they're good people. You know, I don't
Hmm.
know. That's just my
It,
feeling.
it's still hard to wrap my head around little people and fairies and all that. What are they? Where do they come from? Why? And even Sasquatch, just still, because then Sasquatch never told me what they are. They told me what they're not.
Yeah,
They didn't tell me what they are yet.
yeah. Well, it's, you know, the Native Americans have been talking about them forever. You know, the little
Yep.
people and people that live remotely see them. They just don't really talk about it.
And as
Um,
long as this is on your show, I want to say a couple points. And this
yeah.
one point doesn't mean it towards you, but I'm going to use you as my person to say it to.
Okay.
First one thing, scientists, every once in a while, they find an undisclosed or undiscovered species, like a new worm or a new something, correct? And
Yes.
they didn't know what was there, but they found it, right?
Yeah.
They've been searching for Sasquatch for hundreds of years, maybe thousands of years, and never really found nothing, correct? Because they
Correct.
never will, because they're not a big animal hiding behind a tree.
Hmm.
That's my one point. Here's my next point. What did you do today? Tell me something you did today.
Uh,
Anything. Something you did
anything.
today.
I had soup for lunch.
Well, how do I know that? I didn't see you have that. How do I know you're not lying?
Hmm.
And my point is just because somebody has an experience what I've experienced doesn't mean I'm lying or on drugs at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the ones that say, "Oh, they're not real." Well, then you prove to me they're not real. Prove it to me.
Yeah.
You can't.
Right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there's my little points.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you. Totally.
Mhm. And then
Um,
my other thing I came up with, there's wannabes. They want to believe, but they've never seen. There's believers. They might have seen one cross the road 20 years ago and they believe in Sasquatch.
hmm.
There's knowers. They know what they are. I'm not any of them now. I'm an interactor. I interact with them. They do with me, but it's taken 12 years to get to this far. It didn't just happen.
Hmm.
No. I was doing everything, hitting the tree, doing all that stuff, whooping, doing all that dumb stuff that people do that they don't know what's what.
Yeah.
And it slowly evolved to me knowing what's what.
Yeah.
Like the knocking sound, they're not hitting a tree, they're popping into our dimension, popping out. That's not opinion or a theory. They told me that. That's what they have told me.
So the loud popping sounds are them popping in and out of dimensions.
Yes,
Yeah.
yep, yep. If somebody hits a tree and they think that, oh man, they're communicating back with me. No, they're not. They're either leaving or coming.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
One time, um, I shot a small deer a few years ago, and I dressed it out, and I took the heart and liver, poked it on some branches, and said, "Here, you guys, here's a gift for you. Here's the heart and liver." The next morning, I go to my stand. I get into it about 4:45, and look, oh my God, I'm here way too early. I'm gonna sit here in the dark for 2.5 hours or so. I'm gonna be cold before it even starts. All of a sudden, I get a big loud knocking sound, and that's about 5 in the morning. Nobody's shot or nothing. Nobody's doing that, and it was like the whole area vibrated, and that was in front of me. A minute later, I get one to the right of me. Then I get one to the left of me, and I thought, oh my God, they're here. So I never seen an animal that day. I not even seen a squirrel. So I got up about noon. I was getting kind of cold. I didn't see nothing. So I walked around. There's snow on the ground. There wasn't one track. They don't have to be in the flesh and blood either. There wasn't one track anywhere of those
Mm-hmm.
woods there. The woods I looked at,
Yeah.
unless they were way farther away. But I don't think so. It was too close to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That
Here,
wasn't,
yep.
yeah, that
Here's another
wasn't,
one.
yeah.
I'm sitting in there, and a lot of times a buck will grunt when he's
Mm-hmm.
getting close to finding the doe. He'll do that grunting thing. And I'm sitting there about 9 in the morning. I hear a grunting sound. Oh God, there's a buck coming. Right by my stand, maybe 15 feet away, here comes a doe. And she's grunting. And I thought it was weird, but she's not running. She's walking real hard. And her ears are pinned back. Her tail's between her legs. And I found out why they do that. They're trying to make themselves small because they got scared.
Okay.
And I watched it go by. Okay, I've never seen that before. A little bit later, I'm talking about maybe 5, 10 minutes later, I hear it again. Oh, there is a buck trailing that doe. Guess what? It's another doe. Ears pinned back, tail between its legs, the jaws all blood. There was no shots. And if it went, somebody said, well, that was wolf. No. If it was wolves or cougar, they'd be on that deer,
Yeah.
following it. Nothing followed it.
What do you think it
I can't
was?
explain that, but that's not normal.
Yeah. Oh my
Is it
goodness.
because the Sasquatch grabbed it and it got away, it was getting out of there, and because I was sitting there?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's anybody I talk to, I've talked to lots of hunters that are old, young, whatever. They've never ever heard of that before. And that's in
Yeah.
the same deer stand we've seen the portal and orbs come out of it in the Sasquatch, the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's one I can't explain. I'm not going to give a theory on it because I don't know.
Yeah.
But if I was, it seems like one of them Sasquatches maybe hit it and it got away and it was trying to keep itself small.
Yeah, keep yourself small and maybe walk towards you to for safety.
Yeah, because they were
Maybe.
both 15 feet away. I mean, really close to my stand. I've never seen that, not two of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, this one was it was like dripping blood. It was
Oh
fresh.
goodness.
Yeah. And like I said, if it would have been a cougar, coyotes, oh, I was sitting there quiet. I got this stuff on me and my scent is covered. You ain't smelling no human scent. They would have been following it. Nothing followed it.
Oh
And
my
when I see a
goodness.
deer coming, I'm like this. I
Oh my
don't move.
gosh. You're so
Yeah, I mean, I
still.
don't move. Yeah. As hyper as I am, I can be really still in a deer stand. And if
Mm-hmm.
I do move, it's like this here with my eyes first, because if a deer
Mm-hmm.
sees you move, they'll be out of there.
Yeah.
They will be.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I messed up on a 10-point buck, not yesterday, the day before.
Oh yeah.
I'm mad at myself. Yeah.
Oh.
That's not part of your show, though, unless you want to hear it.
No, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I messed up on it. Huh?
I'm actually curious whether have you ever seen animals that you don't think are really what they seemed out there?
Yeah. Yep. 2 years ago, I'm doing my thing on the power line in the marbles. I get done doing my gifting. I come out, I start walking. I look behind me, about 10 feet from me, there's a deer following me. I get almost to the house. That deer followed me all the way almost to the house. That's not normal either.
No.
I'd stop, turn around. Well, that thing is following me. What the heck?
Was there anything strange about it? Like anything a little off? Besides the fact that it was following you, I mean
Yeah, the only
physically.
thing was, I mean, I didn't just said it was following me.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And then it was gone. And
Okay.
then it was gone.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
And look at all the deer skulls they give me.
Hmm.
44 of them I've got.
Yeah, and you said that they are like clean and pristine.
Yeah, yep, they are. And they'll be on my steps or on my deer stand, or I walk on the trail, come back, there's a deer skull laying there. It wasn't there before. Nobody's followed me and put a deer skull down here.
Yeah,
That's not happening.
yeah.
Anything anybody can come up with normal, no, that's
Hmm.
not happening. It's them doing it. They know that I like to hunt deer and get the bucks, and they know every year I look for deer sheds.
Hmm.
You never can find them hardly because porcupines, raccoons, they eat them. It's minerals for them,
Yeah.
or mice chew on them. None of mine. My skulls are getting bad because some of them sat on there for 10 years. There's moss all over them, but the antlers are perfect. There's no chewed marks on them. Even now, there's not
Wow.
because they were never laying on our earth. They were brought back to me.
Hmm. They were
That's
somewhere
why when they
else.
kill a deer, overnight I'll find nothing but hair plucked out.
I saw
Nothing.
that. We posted pictures on
Yeah.
your first appearance here. That's
Yep.
wild.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's three deer in a setting.
Hmm.
Well, that's not, I've seen a lot of times when I used to go up to Oak Island, not the one in Nova Scotia, one on Lake of the Woods by Canada,
Hmm.
where I've seen wolves come up at 5 in the morning. I'll come out on the lake with the bombardier and, I'll chase a pack of wolves off a deer. It's a mess. It's a massacre. Bones all over, bloody, and it's awful.
Hmm.
Something you don't even want to see.
Yeah.
That's wolves. Sasquatch does not do that. It's
Yeah.
way different.
Yeah. It was just fur in those pictures.
Yeah, it does. Yep. That
Yeah.
one picture I sent you looks like sheep wool. So
Hmm.
much of it,
Yeah.
and it's not. It's
Yep.
last year I come across 13 of them.
Wow. In total
13 of
or
those deer kills.
wow. Oh my
So we'll see
goodness.
what this winter brings.
Yeah, we'll see. You've definitely
Hmm.
got stuff happening daily.
Yeah, there
Well,
is. Yep.
yeah. Well, thank you so much, Randy, for coming back on. We're rounding up to an hour and a half now, and I
Okay,
so
really?
appreciate you coming on and telling us your new stories. I mean, is there anything else you'd like to say before we close out and you tell people anything you've got going on or coming up?
No, not right now. Nothing for this winter except just me. I'll be
Okay.
home now this winter. I'm not going to that island anymore. I did that for 10 years. I'm done with that, so I'll be home a lot more now.
Okay.
Oh, I'll tell you one thing. The first time I did peanut butter here,
Uh-huh.
I was gone for the whole winter. I came back, that peanut butter was all gone, and the jar was upside down in a bush. Looked like it went through a dishwasher. That's the start of the peanut butter. That's when I started deciding I'll do peanut butter.
Yeah.
Last year I went through 300 jars of peanut butter,
Go through a lot.
30
Oh
bags
my
of
gosh.
apples.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. And you're still, are you still doing that?
I'll never stop.
Okay. Yeah. Or did you have any appearances coming up that you're doing? Any shows coming up, or is this the only one for
I got
now?
Martin Stewart coming up, it sounds like in April. That's one of the bigger ones. Yeah, I do have quite a few in the summertime. The winter's a lot, not so much.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, Randy, thank you so, so much for coming back on. I know it won't be the last time, and I appreciate you. And this was fun. This was really cool. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right.
Anytime. Yep.
All right. Well, you have a great night.
Yep.
Everybody, goodbye. Take care.